it's Tracy here from Cheeky Journals. Today we're going to be working in Whimsical Girls by Davenport, and this is actually my second spread that I'm doing in here. It's an absolute pleasure working in this book, and if you have that fear of a white page staring back at you, then I would definitely recommend getting this book. Because Jane's artwork's already in here, it's just a starting off point for you to add your acrylic paints, pastels, colored pencils, or even watercolors, and just to get that creative process flowing. But I'm going to be doing this girl, and before we start the whole process, I thought I will just chat a little bit and tell you which supplies I've used. So for her hair, I am going to be using some Matisse acrylic flow paint, and I'm using the colors burgundy and ash pink. Now Jane's got two colors that are very similar to this, and I have them so you can see they are very similar, but I've decided to go for Matisse just because these are two new purchases that I've made. Well, I've actually bought 4 Matisse colors to try them out, and I wanted to see how they perform, and I've never worked with them, and I really love how it turned out. And I love the brush strokes that you can see in the hair. It's these two colors work beautifully together, so that's why I've chosen to use these two colors. Now there will be a part in the video around about here where you would not see how I'm creating some of the brush strokes here, but it's literally a minute's footage that you're going to miss out on. My mom phoned me, and I just couldn't resist not continuing with this while I'm talking to her on the phone, and obviously I'm recording from my phone, so that part is not on the video, but it's literally just a little bit up here that you've missed out on, but most of the strokes I do on camera. So if you have seen that, I did exactly the same there at the top. And then for her face, I have used this acrylic paint from Jane Davenport. It's one of her skin tones, and I've just added that to the face. At first when I do that, it's a really scary bit. She looks a bit like a ghost, but from watching several YouTube videos and artists creating, you always get that scary phase where it looks like you've totally messed up, but don't give up, continue working on it because it eventually comes together. And then I am going to be going in with some Prismacolors. I'm using actually all these colors, so I keep going back and forth until I get the result that I prefer. So the colors I've used in the Prismas are black grape, rosy beige, salmon pink, light peach, it's a bunch of colors, let me tell you, peach, Parma violet, clay rose, chestnut, and pomegranate. And then I also use the palette pastels, and these are kind of a soft pastels, very similar to, what do you call that brand, Pan Pastels. It's very similar to Pan Pastels, and I have just used these baton blenders just to get that cheek color and get some more shadow going. So that's all that I've used for the face. And then for her eyes, I have used the other two Matisse colors that I've bought. This is, I wonder if you can see that brush, let me just remove it. This is Cobalt Teal and Australian Gum, so that's what I've used for her eyes. And then I've also gone in with some Neo Color crayons. It's Neo Color 2, and I actually saw this on Tamara's video using it, really loved how it looked, and I've tried it out a few times and I love the result that I'm getting. So I used a light blue, jade green and salmon just to add it to the eye and create more interest there. And then of course for the white, I have used a Posca paint marker, and this is the 0.9 to 1.3 millimeter bullet shaped nib. So that's what it looks like. And I've used that just to get the twinkle in her eye, that white part, and also just to add some highlights. For her lips, I'm going to be using a Noble Red in the Velvet Pastel, a beautiful color, and I actually want to get a similar color like this for my lips after I've seen how it looks. And these blue marks in the background is also from that Matisse colored paints. And then I am going in with my Epic pen just to bring out all these lines that usually fade when you paint over it. And there are two things, in my opinion, that brings this whole page alive when it starts looking good. That is when I start using my Epic pen to add these details in and bring them out, and when you start working on the eyes. So that is basically what I've used. I'm going to be showing you the process of it, and I will be playing some music for you. I really hope that you're going to enjoy this video, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day or night, whatever it may be, and I will see you in my next video.